Oh! Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm Thomas. Today I'm doing a video of Urethane versus Reactive. I did this once before with the Iron Max versus the IQ78U. Check out that video. But today it's the IQ78U versus Sublime Focus. And I'm giving the advantage to the IQ78U, the Urethane ball, because we're balling on a 33 feet sports shot. And that's usually pretty good for Urethane. So let's see how it works out, and let's get going. One game with each ball. Urethane on lane 1, Sublime Focus on lane 2. 33 feet, 1:5 ratio, 27 milliliters. This is going to be pretty tough, and we'll see who wins. So let's start on lane 2 with the Sublime Focus. Oh, got off to a good start there. So I will say practice on both lanes were pretty chaotic. I had gutters, I had Brooklyns, missed a headpin, went through the face. So don't think the scores are going to be very high. Moving over to lane 1 with the IQ78U. And that's what I meant with practice being a little chaotic. There's a spot on this lane to just go straight. That was a little firm, a little left. I hit that spot, doesn't hook. So even though it's 33 feet, I still missed the head pin right. So, but let's make the spare here. I got that one to 1, and it actually hooks. So just have to make sure I don't hit that spot. But back to lane 2 and the Sublime Focus. That was a pretty good shot. So I know that the fault now is basically if you're balling on short, you just throw Urethane, but Reactive is still a viable option, especially if it's a easier short pattern like a cheetah or something. But there's a couple things you have to make sure you do if you're balling on short with Reactive. I'll talk about those. Made it. So one thing you have to make sure is that you have to make sure you make Reactive react smoothly and read the lane early and then be smooth on the back end. And talk a little bit more about how to do that when I get over here again. Now it's lane 1's turn. I'm gonna move 1 right. Got it to 1. That was pretty good. So this lane might have started to get a little tighter due to the Urethane, so that's why I moved 1 right. And you can tell Urethane does the right thing on short patterns. That's just how it is a lot of the times. So I do really think there's a better chance. But you can probably shoot a higher score. Potential for a high score with Reactive. It's just going to be more of a risk-reward kind of thing. That's pretty good. So one of the things you have to, well, that I do and think you have to do on short patterns when you're using Reactive balls, to get them to smooth out, is you have to make sure your speed is high enough to keep it online. You have to make sure you get the ball rolling forward and read early enough. You can do that with surface, type of ball you're using, layout you're using, and your hand, obviously. You want to make sure you get up the back of it, really get it rolling forward. That helps you control it. That's what I'm trying to do now. Do apologize for the camera angles. It's kind of hard setting up, getting 2 lanes in the camera with you being able to actually see the ball. That was a pretty good shot. A pinch left of the one before, but a little stronger release, and it still made it. So, Urethane, Reactive's not looking bad, honestly, but Urethane's definitely looking pretty good as long as I don't hit that spot where it just goes dead straight. So the other thing I'm really focusing on this lane is I want to be as relaxed as possible, lowest grip pressure I can, and just let the ball roll. That way it doesn't take off on the back end. Oh, that was a little left. You can tell that lane has the same spot. Not sure what's causing it, if it's topography, lane machine, or if it's just a pattern. I've never bowled on this pattern before. But if I hit that spot, it goes dead straight. And that's not the... On different pattern, that could be either dead flush or, or through the face. So just have to make sure I don't hit that spot again. Gotta go around it. Oh! Got around that one. Should probably have thrown straight at the spare. But yeah, I was talking, wasn't thinking, but yeah. So you can kind of see that's what happens when you're bowling on a short pattern, a difficult short pattern. Sometimes you get a little too close to the gutter. Is that gonna hook that? Hook? Wow. I wasn't sure what that one was gonna do, honestly. I can't miss left, and it I feel like it probably it didn't. The lane machine didn't strip the lanes probably here, right at that spot. Might be, for whatever reason, might not have cleaned it off, but definitely a little extra hold right there. All right, so gonna try to make this one. I'm gonna hook at it again. A little more successful this time. Okay, so hitting like 4, 5 at the break point does not work on this, so gotta make sure you get it right. So let's see if we can do that here. Low grip pressure, good speed, just let it roll forward. Thought I got that one to the gutter a little too quick. Wasn't sure what it was going to do, but it came off it nicely. You can tell it's 2 very different motions, a lot more aggressive motion with the reactive ball. And if I grab that one, it's going to go left. So have to make sure make really good shots on this lane. The Sublime Focus isn't the worst matchup for this. It's early, it's smooth. I would probably like the different layout. This one's a 4-inch pin. Probably normally on shorter patterns, I'll do like a 5 or 5.5 inch pin, weaker, with less flare. Allows me to control the ball a little bit more and do different things with my hand and with surface. So, but let's go over to lane 1 again. So just for score right now, pacing 186 on lane 2 with the reactive ball, pacing 207 with the urethane ball. That was pretty good. If I get it around, get it right of that spot down lane, it comes off it nicely and it actually goes through the pins pretty well, which is usually my biggest challenge with urethane. But this is definitely also the kind of pattern where you would use urethane. 1:5 ratio, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really hard controlling the backhand. And the urethane, definitely the best play here, I would say, in almost every case. Although that looks pretty good. That does look pretty good. That's a double, by the way. Double with the reactive ball. Actually looks a lot better than I thought it was going to do. Before I started, I hit both of these balls with a little bit worn 500 pad. I hit it a lot harder on the urethane, where it just kind of scratched the surface on the reactive just to get it to read a little earlier and kind of bleed off some of the energy before it got to the end of the pattern. Seems to be working. 11 pin deficit, but chance for a double here. Grabbed that one just a little bit, and it was a pretty good shot. It was close, but stone 9. If I had thrown that release on the other lane, probably would have been Greek Church. But keeps this match interesting. And a good spare. All right, so now we're in frame 7, and I actually have a chance to make this a 1-pin match if I strike here with the Sublime Focus. Oh, missed it a little bit, got it angled a little more right and missed it a little. And yeah, had this been cheated, that one would still have hooked back because there's no oil on board 1. There's a little bit of oil on board 1 here, so not quite. See if I can make the spare. Should be close. That was a really good shot, though. Just a pinch later at getting to the break point, but a really good shot. A little unfortunate. So 114 in the 7th now over here, and that's a more than 20-pin lead for. Well, that's almost a 40-pin lead for the urethane ball now. Oh, oh, was not expecting that. I actually got it a little further right, got it to probably like the half board or something, and it actually overhooked off of there. I was not really expecting that with the urethane ball, so makes it a little more interesting. Turned off the lanes. Must have triggered the security on them. It counted, yeah. So we're at 134 in the 7th for urethane ball, 114 in the 7th for the reactive ball. And yeah, definitely a tough pattern this. Especially with the no hook spot a little left of me. Get it! Pinch weak off my hand. Lane probably also transitioning a little bit, starting to take off a little oil off the lane, so creating a little more friction, ball slowing down a little bit easier. So I can probably be just a pinch more aggressive with my release now. But you can also see what makes this pattern so difficult with reactive is like I'm trying to get it to like 1-2, and if I get it there a little too early, it goes in the gutter. Shot like that where I don't quite get it there, it kind of labors and it doesn't finish. So I have to be really precise with what I'm doing with my speed, what I'm doing with my release, and where I'm getting it at the break point. If I don't do all those three things well, probably not going to strike. Okay, so I just went 9-pin and then through the face. So I want to get it to 1, but I don't want to get it to 1 too early. Starting to see a little transition over here too. Definitely started hooking a little bit more because that was a pinch more speed, a little more up the back of it. And I actually thought that was going to be really close, but it still overhooked a little bit. Got the brake trip and 4-pin, but I probably need to make a little move over there. Not sure what it's going to be, but I'll let you know after this shot what I'm going to do. So back to reactive. Still ball 194, which on this isn't, I don't think that's going to be too bad a score. But let's see. Still give me a chance to win 194, by the way. That one, location-wise, probably pretty close to the last one. That's 10-pinned. Just a pinch stronger with my release, and it comes off it a little bit more. I will say this definitely seems like it blends it out a lot better than I was afraid that it was going to be. I was afraid it was going to be a lot more sensitive to my little hand changes. It does actually blend it out pretty well. I'm pretty impressed with the Sublime Focus, what it's doing here. So still shoot 194 with the Sublime Focus, and I'm pacing 194 with the urethane balls. So. And I have to make a little move over here. I think because of that spot left of me that doesn't hook, I think I'm just going to go with a little more speed to keep it online rather than try to move. So that was probably a little firmer than I wanted it to be, and I missed left. It was, yeah, not a great shot. Let's see if I can make a better spare attempt here. made the spare. Might have been okay. Might have been a pretty decent adjustment if I had thrown it like that, but had to throw it as an idiot. Which some will probably say that I'm a professional idiot. Well, professional bowler, professional idiot might be synonymous, but let's see if I can do a little bit better here. 10th frame. I think that's close. Oh. That was a good shot. Again, just a pinch more forward than the one before that really came off of it. But that's a pretty good shot. Challenge it's so hard when you're bowling on a pattern like this, where there's not a whole lot of room to miss on, to make adjustments for carry. Because, yeah, you could say like, all right, you just gotta get a little more rounded or be a little bit more aggressive with your release. So let's try to do that and see what happens here. See, and that's why I'd rather stay a little more relaxed with my hand, roll it a little bit more. Take the 10 pin once in a while when the scoring pace is this low, rather than having it just go sideways, because that wasn't a bad shot. It was just a little more aggressive with my hand, and instead of kicking out the 10 pin being high flush, it just takes off. Obviously, 169 is not very good. But I actually didn't have that bad of a look. The two gutters wasn't ideal, but yeah, it happens. All right, let's see what we can finish up with over here. Just gonna leave the deadwood. Don't think I'm gonna throw it in the gutter, hopefully. All right, so again, I was trying for a little extra speed, probably a little too firm. Pinch left of that spot where it hooked high before. So this one, I'm gonna lower my speed a little bit. And see if I can get it to board one again. That was pretty good. That was a really good shot. The difference between that one and the other two is that one I let my swing create the speed a little bit more by simply waiting on the ball. So basically my legs and my swing created the speed by timing, where the other two I felt like I was pulling it just a little bit, which is probably also why I missed left. Last shot for 204. Let's try moving a little left and hooking it a little bit over here now. Why not? This one might go in the gutter, but who cares? So this is actually 6 left. Yeah, that's just too much angle for that ball. But yeah, 202 for the IQ 78 on this 33-foot sport pattern, 1:5 ratio, 27 milliliter pattern. Very tough pattern. And didn't bowl the 2 greatest games here, but I think it kind of showed you how you can actually use reactive on a short pattern, but also why the safer play on a tough short pattern probably is urethane. So this win goes to urethane. Let me know in the comments what other ball you want me to see, what other reactive ball you want me to take on urethane with, and what kind of pattern you want to see it on. Do you want to see this pattern again? Do you want to see a different pattern? just let me know. I'll get to it. So thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. And I have, again, the Iron Max versus Urethane video is going to be up here. And I have another video here you'll probably like if you want to learn about how I'm working on my game and how you can use that to work on your game. So, bye. Thanks for watching.